Welcome back. This next question deals with your trends and your methodologies. The question is, do you research new trends and methodologies when designing your new course? Angie, we'll start with you.
I think this is absolutely essential. This is, for me, it's all about relevance and how not only in my course, but in the university as a whole, how we remain relevant is by not only, but thinking about our classes as both the content, but also the pedagogy. So not only that we want our students to develop certain understandings and skills, but we also want to use the most effective methods to do that. So when I'm researching a course, am I looking for the most current and reliable information that I can share with my students? Absolutely, but also the most effective way to help them learn it. And there's a lot to that. I do teach adult learning theory. So for me, a big piece of that is that adult learning theory, that andragogy piece too, and what the adult learner needs from a course as well. So absolutely, that's important to developing the course.
So, Imri, what about you?
Yeah, likewise. I mean, I'm always doing this, and I wake up every morning and I go to social media or I look at the sites that I check, and and I go, oh, this is material I can use, and I might be something I use this semester, it might be something I will use in the future. But one of the things I will always do with my courses is I have an unpublished module where I will collect resources during the semester that I'm teaching. Some of those I will end up using, but a number of those I won't because I have to see how, let's say, a certain situation develops or a certain issue plays out in terms of media and society. So I would just pocket that, if you will, keep it aside. So then when I'm designing the course for the next semester, I'll go back to that previous course and I'll have in that module there a number of resources that I go, now I can make use of those. I can bring those in because they've been out there for a couple of months. There's now some readings that we can do on this or some videos that we can leverage to actually explore this issue. So that's always a way for me of collecting material over the course of the semester and then pushing it into the following semester.
Imri, that's a great idea. I'm going to have to do that in my course because I already have an unpublished module. If you haven't seen that, guys, we'll show that in a later video. But I really like that idea of capturing those and keeping them because I always have notes and I never seem to know where the notes are when I need them. But again, yes, I do look at trends. And Angie, you mentioned being relevant. I think that's one of the things that's really important in our courses and figuring out how do we stay relevant. So that way our students are learning the most up-to-date pieces. So I do, like I mentioned last year, I like to do a lot of internet searches, talking with colleagues, reviewing books. I think that's one thing that you can never do enough of, but at a certain point, you have to stop and say, I'm going to go with this for this semester.
Yeah.
And like Emery said, make that folder and then put the other stuff in the folder so that way you can kind of weave it in. Or as you're doing emails or other things to students, you can kind of capture some of that material. But I think that's really important to look at what's new, look at the trends, looking at the data, and sharing that within your course. Other ideas on this topic? All right, well, we'll see you guys in the next segment.